right off the bat, Andrew, is he on track, doing well? I know he is now officially. You have to pull those mics nice. You literally have to kind of touch them. I know it's scary. How's he doing, this Andrew Domenio, real estate agent?
He's a superstar.
A superstar.
He literally is already ahead of the national averages.
Wow.
For just typical realtors. He, in his first few months, have eclipsed what people get in a year as far as deals are concerned.
Okay, Andrew Domenio.
I've got great teachers.
Well, just so you know, we hear about it every morning, so we knew the answer. I think Andrew says it's something like, I say, so how's it going, Andrew? And his answer is always, I am amazing. Let me tell you. Let me tell you more. Okay, so what we do want to talk about is housing in the area, and if people are looking to sell their homes, if you were in a position right now where you were thinking about selling, and you're on the fence, might not be a bad idea to say, I'm going to sell, right?
It'd be a superb idea
because it's a buyer's market. There's not a lot of inventory.
Inventory is way down. I mean, if a house is well maintained and marketed well, it will go quickly. We were talking on the way here. Our last 4 listings went. The longest one took 48 hours to sell. I mean, they're going quickly. And there's, of course, a certain price range that's extremely competitive now. I would say it's those first-time buyers that are ready to move into their second homes. That is a really, really good market. What's the price range? What do you think, like 175 to 250?
Yes.
I mean, that's
very hot market.
Yeah.
So that also means that if you have, however, $450,000 house.
Those
not moving as quickly?
Well, there's still a challenge, but I have an example for you.
Okay.
I listed a house on Newport Road that was listed before this doctor bought it. Him and his significant other bought it a year and a half ago. It was listed for 3 years. We got the listing last week, and it sold in 24 hours. It went hit the market, had showing scheduled, and that it sold for full price, and that was $400. So
beautiful. That was a beautiful house.
Yeah, it was. They maintained it well. It was just a lovely home.
But if you can price your house between what and what, that would be right now for this market where we are today, pre-nano, really. You'd hit the sweet spot. What would the number be?
The number would be, if you can be under 200, you're going to get you'll get multiple lookers and possibly multiple offers. It used to be multiple offers were like not a common thing here, but now it's not unusual at all.
Okay, interesting. And the fact that there aren't a lot. I mean, listen, in the last year we were hunting for a house, and
you would think it'd be easy, though, right?
You
think you're like, hey, you got a nice budget. I'm going to have all kinds of options, right?
It's terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, we really struggled, and ultimately we went with a house that we're putting a lot of money into.
Yeah.
Which means I have to watch that Fixer Upper show every night with my wife. Why don't we do this? Just when we settle on something, she's like, "Oh, I've got an idea. Why don't we do this instead?"
I have a fun project for us to work on.
Yes, yeah, not so fun. How about you don't have a microphone to ask a question. Which markets though? Obviously, some markets do better than others.
Well, you always have the magical land of New Hartford.
Yeah,
I mean, things go there in like a nanosecond.
But we're seeing across the board impressive gains. It used to be that Rome was a slow market. The houses in Rome right now are moving very briskly. There is no area that's not the Lower Valley. Little Falls our office in Little Falls has like 30 deals going on right now. The whole area is really actually growing.
Is there a buy-in on the growing of the area right now? And by the way, we had better fulfill because people are counting on nano. They're counting on these things to happen. Are people deciding to say and make a go of it to see what ends up happening? Do you get that feel?
We do get that feel, but we think that the whole area intellectually and emotionally is rising with just the positive news that we're hearing. The hospital is obviously, people are excited about that. We understand there's some people that don't like that idea, but
still, though, they were arguing over money being spent in construction. How long had it been since the only crane we ever saw in Utica or in the area or even in Rome was a crane that had a wrecking ball on it? Sure. We're looking at progress, and we're arguing over it. I understand, right. But at least you're arguing over money being spent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the interesting thing, we as a group here, we don't see the bigger picture. But when you have people like Pro Bass Shop and Visions Hotels coming in here and spending lots and lots of money, they obviously didn't get to their high plateau by being silly.
I do want to tell you the Visions Hotel, and we've had them in studio as well, and they're all in. They've done their market research, and they believe there's recovery going on here, mm-hmm. and it's worth the investment.
I think the restaurants are all doing very well,
mm-hmm.
too.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole area seems to be rising right now, and it's all good news.
All right, so any tips you can give people if they want? I mean, we watch these programs, and, you know, everybody says, I'm going to flip houses. Not necessarily a great idea here, right? Flipping houses in this area?
It's tough.
It's tough to do it.
It's a tough market. There's not enough meat on that bone.
By the time you buy the house, you invest all the money in it, you're probably not going to get the return.
It's going to be tough to do. I mean, yeah it's going to be tough.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we could give a tip, is not, you know, everybody loves to talk about, I want wiggle room, I want let them beat me down on the price. The internet really kind of stops that. List your home for the correct price and get full price offers. It's very, very important. We hear it all the time. Well, let's put it up for $200,000, and even though we all know it's worth $170,000, well, they don't get the views.
Yeah.
They don't get the multiple offers. They sit there. They languish. It's very important to properly price their home.
Yeah, it's a bad
3-1, by the way, at when we were selling my house. It was my wife and these two. I had a certain price in mind, and they had a certain price in mind. And I will tell you, I didn't win, and the house sold in 4 days. So, and I go back and say, let me tell you, see how quick that sold? Had you gone with my price, it'd have sold in 8 days, but we'd have got it. But you got to come up with something. Obviously, for us too, we sold in the fall. We didn't want that house sitting all winter long. That wouldn't have been good.
Yeah,
also, we sold it when we were in it. So you have furniture, it's staged, it's ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is a unique case. Let's some of the parts about
You have stuff.
The last it was rough.
You're telling us.
Yeah. You have stuff. Yeah.
Well, listen, I have a long career. I've been in this business for a long time. I have a lot of equipment I can't part with.
That's really your excuse?
That's the excuse. Yeah.
Every day he's bringing in something to Jeff. Hey, you think Carter could use this?
Hey, don't stop.
Yeah.
Can you use an ottoman, Jeff?
I actually gave him an entire train the other day. It's a beautiful train, right? That's gorgeous train. So
that is very
all
nice.
right. Well, listen. A buyer's market right now. This
yes.
would be the time. It is scarce, and I can tell you it was scarce last year when we were looking.
Actually, it's a seller's market right now.
I'm sorry, a seller's market.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's tough on the buyers.
Yes,
we had one house that we put an offer in on, and we put a full price offer, and that house we didn't get it. We didn't because there were multiple offers on the first day it showed,
mm-hmm.
and we lost that. We lost that house. Interestingly enough, after we bought the home we're in, that deal fell through, and that house went back up on the market.
Yeah.
How about another one? There was one house in Whitesboro we really wanted to buy, and we'd have walked into this, it would have been done. And we were really on this house, and then the homeowner pulled it off. I ran into the homeowner the other day and said, I won't say who this is, but I said, I loved your house, and he said, well, why didn't you buy it? I said, you took it off the market. He said, I just didn't want to go the winter with it on the market. If I knew you wanted to buy it, I'd have sold it to you. Swear to God. It's crazy. So sometimes worth asking the question, right? You got to ask.
Always worth asking, yeah.
Don't feel like people are going to yell at you or something.
Well, we don't take it off the market anyway.
Right.
I mean, because the winter's just as brisk for us
yeah,
as
you gotta go
in the spring. I mean,
yeah, you still have to work. I mean,
absolutely.
People still have to live
gotta
somewhere.
Live someplace.
Yeah. Okay, for information that wanted to reach out to you guys, the number is
315-896-1009.
Good. I was just testing it. All right. Interesting. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. Got a break. Andrew, ask him. Marvelous. He's wonderful. Everything is going well.
Fabulous.
Fabulous is the word.